Hello, friends and enemies of YouTube. It is the Axis. And for you drama-loving, meddling, can't get enough, hedonist, I'm going to give you your due. And though you think I'm the devil, I'm not. But he does love me like a son. And if you want to know, even in the realm of hell, there are those who don't deserve the respect of even the fallen. We're going to discuss a perspective on an interesting situation I'm now going to take consideration of. My self-righteous, indignant, Christian glorified, Jesus-loving mother who made it a point to step up and destitute herself defending my son has absolutely fallen from her station. And it started quite a few months ago. And I now, after reading some of these texts, understand what her motivation is. It says, I wanted to keep your son and send him to school, but you wanted to take him and train him for Eddie Clay, and you took him to live with a motorcycle gang while you got stabbed from another gang. Don't think I forgot this. You are the reason your son is where he is. I was adopted out to my grandmother. My grandmother was a backwoods hillbilly who was probably more criminal than stupid. My mom is resorting to mentioning her mom, which was my grandmother that raised me. You used my mom for everything you could get, then called her a bitch when she died. And there's much more, but you aren't worth it. When I show your daughter, who is not sure of you, your text, I'm sure she won't want anything to ever do with you anymore. Now, for those of you who are parents and held your station as a parent and didn't surrender your kid to their grandparent as she requested, will understand that what she is doing is poisoning my children against me, and has been for quite a considerable amount of time. And I have allowed her to live in her delusional state of self-righteousness. no more. Now, my son, who has found himself with a 66-year sentence, and after being in there since October 12th of last month, sent me a letter. And it came at a peculiar time when my mom declared that she was on the verge of being indigent and could no longer afford my son's monetary requests. Thus, my son says, "Dad, I will put you on my call list, and I should be able to call you by the end of April." My question is, why wasn't I on that call list to begin with? And then I look at my mom's final text to me. The day the gavel fell on my son. "I don't ever want to hear from you anymore. You are an ungrateful human. You are nothing to me anymore but an embarrassment." Now, mind you, during this whole process, I kept my mouth shut about their behavior, my son's, my mother's, and even my daughter's heartlessly cold maneuver when I gave her my stage guitar and she donated it. And I told her exactly what that meant to me, and if she ever got rid of it, to give it back. But yet, she has placed herself in a station where she feels superior morally. Sickens me, but I know where it comes from. Now you do too. So, as my declined mother through adoption finds resentment in my ever existence for some reason, I'm going to attribute it to guilt. Has poisoned my kids and has fallen from her position as a paying member of a community with a wonderful golf course, a clubhouse, and she even went as far as to adopt my dead stepbrother's son, who is at this age 19, with his unwed bitch and their child, who my mother seems to be raising. Take it for what you will, and call me in league with the devil as you will. But it seems to me I've been around servants of Satan my whole life.